Hey guys, sorry for my absence in the past week. I've been pretty sick. Not incredibly sick, like worrying sick, but I've been sick. So I didn't want to record while I was sick because I thought that was a bit unfair to people watching. But yeah, we're gonna play some FireWatch today, which is a game I've been following for quite a bit. Even if it was just because I was watching game trailers and they talked about it quite a lot. So we're gonna press new game, and honestly I'm pretty excited for this. Apparently it's kind of a game like Telltale, in a way that you have to make choices, and choices can change from game to game. But I'm just pretty excited to get back into doing a Let's Play. I hope you'll stick around for this. If you want to stick around for this, let me know. If not, Twilight Princess is coming up pretty soon. So I'm pretty excited about that too. Let's press new game. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are drinking out with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. So I can either say, so what's your major, so what's your, major, or you're pretty. That's... I feel like this... I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not smooth. I was just gonna say this, even though I know it's not gonna work. She says, coolly, you are not. You are a future hangover. What? You reply confused. Someone should buy you a cheeseburger, she says. She flags down a waiter, and 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. What the fuck? Okay, she's cool about it. She's cool. That's cool. That's fine. She's very cool about it. Thanks, Julia. Or Julie. Oh man. So to pick up my freaking backpack. Put it on here. Oh man. This isn't my stop. I don't live in a car garage. Right, this game actually looks, it looks and plays amazing. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm pretty impressed with it thus far. I'm guessing this is my truck, but I wanna search around the place. Okay, so if you hold in the analog stick, it searches around a bit, or not searches around, it runs around a bit. This game is a game of infinite possibilities. Not infinite possibilities, but possibilities, I guess I should say. Okay, so, oh look how beautiful that looks. If you want to know what the PS4 looks like, the PS4 Lite on the controller looks like, it has kind of an ember color, kind of an almost lit fire. Why would I put my backpack in there? It could fall out. It could easily fall out. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. Oh, this is really sweet. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beers just about anywhere. Life is good. Wow, man, this is good. This is good so far. Julia wants to get a dog. I'm a cat person, Julia. There's a scruffy undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but generally German Yo, pick up this one. Why not? She likes it. Yeah, like it's... I know it's about... It might seem as me compromising, but that's the whole thing. That's what kind of relationships are about, guys. You have to compromise. You love him too. I do love him too. You talk out on deck, it's summer, 9:30 p.m, and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Ho ho ho. Kids? They're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have a couple little kids, that'd be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are gonna be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Man, this is really interesting. It's really fun. Wow. Guys, honestly, I'm gonna attempt to render this in 60 frames per second for you guys, but holy god, look at this sign over here. It says fire danger. Wow. This game honestly looks amazing. If you haven't played this game, I honestly recommend that you probably play this game before you watch my playthrough of it. Or maybe even just... Wow, this looks really nice. I don't really know what to expect from this game. Excuse me. I saw her... Oh. More choices. It's a Thursday night, and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call, you're worried and getting angry by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. What, you fight when she gets you get mad. You ignore her. Wow, I don't know which one is worse, because if you ignore, that means you don't really care, but if you get mad, it means you care, but you're angry. She's quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. You ignore her. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being angry and ask her about the evening. She says it was great. You hold it onto a tiny pill of resentment. You make... Oh man, don't do that! Julia still likes to draw. She draws plans for research. She draws all places you go. She draws you. I don't know. Julia's right. You are very pretty. Oh. Actually, I'm not sure if this is in 60 frames per second. It feels like 30. No, it's in 60. It's in 60. Gonna try and render it in 60 frames per second, which I can do. So it says 2 forks. But just to get a look at this land, oh my god. Like, I love this type of artistic style because they're not lying about what they're doing. Like, they're not just trying to say, oh, you know, like, some people have these backgrounds and then it's kind of a failure, but these guys are not hiding it at all. Hop over. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with my legs? During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night, the dog. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with an... Oh shit. Bucket gets kicked. Fuck the dog. What? Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker. You scare him away. You beat his goddamn facing. Your arm gets cut up, but you beat up the guy to a pulp. You don't feel very tough. You cry your eyes out before the cop show up. Julia asks you to take a different path from that way forward. You say, okay, you don't want to go that way either. From then on, you'll walk by the river. Whoa, man, this is intense and it's just writing on a screen. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Oh. Julie gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her to take the job. Convince her not to agree if she commutes back and forth. Oh, man! Fuck! Convince her not to take the job. Oh no, she can't give up on her dreams. You ask her if she commutes back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but you do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each summer. Oh no, man, the relationship's over. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague's for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. She was found crying in a stairwell. You say maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to... Fuck, man. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they're worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She is 41. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. Oh, fuck. Whew. Oh man, it's just a few words on a screen. Oh, is that what I look like? Oh, Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of, excuse me, kind of nice. He gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. Fuck. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in her class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days, you'll get Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days, you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed and makes love. After 5 minutes, she goes into panic, believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family they are crushed. Okay, don't ruin the moment, battery DualShock controller. You tell her family they are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. Fuck. You spend your days following Julie around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. We're not giving her away, man. We're not giving her away. There's no way I can do that to, there's no way I can do that to my, basically my wife. I believe we got married, didn't we? Or did we get waylaid too? Oh, this is intense, man. They turned a game that's supposed to be about watching for fires in the forest and made it into one of the saddest stories I've ever heard. Take that, frickin' Last of Us. How's that? These guys almost made me cry with just letters on a fucking screen. You need to kill a little girl to make me cry. It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. Fuck. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer, college basketball in the winter, drinking then too. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around while you're gone. You put a chair in front of the bedroom door, you trust her that she sleeps like a rock. That's dangerous. It could start if a fire starts. You go to the same bar at the boring end of Pearl Street. It's nice there. Over time, you tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off your... Oh god, no, don't do anything. You're home, in bed by 1, a couple of nights a week. Okay, don't do it, man. One night, you were stopped by a DUI checkpoint. You blow a 10 and are taken to jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you tell your sister-in-law, Susan. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe the state your house is in. Then they tell you Julia's come to live with them. You don't argue. You say you'll visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer's coming. And you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. FireWatch, man. This game is intense already. I gotta say, well done on the opening anyway. Oh. I was gonna start again here. Enter the lookout tower. That's our quest here, but it seems we can explore different places, which is insane. This game looks amazing. So that was a pretty intense story. Pretty intense indeed. Life can hit you like a ton of bricks, guys. It can hit you like a ton of motherfucking bricks. Whew. Well, let's keep going. Apparently we're going to go up to the lookout tower. This would scare me because I have vertigo. I even have vertigo in games. Because I used to play Shadow of the Colossus and I used to jump off the cliffs. Just because in some weird twisted way the feeling of vertigo was kind of funny to me for a while, because I was like, maybe it's not vertigo, but it's kind of like chasing a rush that, you know, I don't want to actually jump out of a plane, so I guess doing it in a game is kind of way easier. But I do have vertigo now. Maybe that's why I have vertigo now. Oh, R2 to open the door. What's this? Generator switch. Oh, this is nice in here. It's a map table.
Tower.
Hey! How's it going?
Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
Let's see. You're rebelling against one. Nobody back home can stand you.
You're just gonna wait me out on this? Ugh, fine. But I'm gonna take a second here.
Oh, I have time limit? I didn't realize.
You. Let's see. I don't know anything about you, but 9 times out of 10, folks out here simply got dumped.
Huh, is that it?
Close?
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
FireWatch. Day 1. Pretty gosh darn interesting game so far, if I do say so. It's actually just... It's pretty freaking intense in a lot of ways. The opening scene was actually really sad and...
Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
Can I put the radio back? I guess I'll reply. Sorry, I slept in.
Hey, sorry, guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, what, 14 hours of sleep? Whew.
Yeah, Jesus, I guess it's what, 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
Don't worry about it. That hike puts everyone out of commission for a day or two. But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job. There's a thing in the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
This is the Osborne Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Yates?
Osborne?
You use this to spot, you guessed it, What the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
Good God, language, lady.
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
She used the compass.
Are those fucking fireworks?
West is this way, right? Yeah!
I need you to confirm. Do you see them?
Whoa, that's not legal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is. Look, the closest ranger is like 2 days away. Go down there and set them straight. Do you think you can handle that?
Like, kick the shit out of them sort of straight?
No. Jesus, no.
What? I'm not a cop. It's not like I've got a rule book over here.
Just make sure they don't do it again. Take their shit.
Alright, fine.
Don't feed anyone a knuckle sandwich. Get going. You'll probably need a rope to get down the shale between you and the lake, if I remember right. There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
Whew. No, I want my bag! I picked up the bag and I opened the door at the same time. That's pretty impressive.
Hey, I can see your tower.
Yep, that's me. Hi.